Rocco, what did you like about the response today? This one kind of felt different. Looked like you guys are ready to go. I mean, the hits started right out of the gate too.
Yeah, I like the competitiveness of our at-bats today. Faced another good arm, and our guys really showed up. There were a lot of quality at-bats. Some of them led to us getting on base. Some of them led to homers. But I think there were... Come here, then. Okay. Louisa really liked the at-bats today, and no, I liked it. I mean, we hit some balls hard, but also we found some ways on base. We had long at-bats. We fouled some pitches off. We made their life more difficult today than we did in the first two games. We pitched well, and it was a good team effort on the pitching side of things, too. We played what I would call pretty good, clean baseball.
How about the day from Eddie Julien, first career multi-home run game, and one of them coming off of a lefty? That has to be a pretty exciting thing to see.
Yeah, those were great swings. When he's going good, he really is seeing the ball to that depth and hitting the ball hard to the left side of the field. And seeing that it's really a wonderful sign for us. And he's been focusing on these left-handers and the guys that he's probably been thinking about all spring are those left-handers. So being able to go out there after the good swing last night, that was a line out to center, and now hitting, that ball today, that's good to see. And I love it. Like I would love to see him go out there and face some more left-handers, and he's proven himself in the games.
What does this say about Stephen ROKKR? I mean, he's been around for a while, but the first career save against that team.
Yeah, I had no idea that was the case. You get. That sneaks up on you sometimes. Sometimes the first career saves with some of these guys. You would think with the success that he's had that he would have those opportunities, but I think he was excited for it. He was thankful for it. It's almost like maybe like he can't believe it, but he might find himself out there again in those spots. And he went out there against some good right-handed hitters, faced a bunch of righties, and did a heck of a job. So, we wanted to just match up the best we could for the entire second half of that game, and our relievers they showed up and stood out there and made good pitches.
Was there any plan for Jax to go out there, or was that ROKKR's inning regardless of the top?
There were different ways that we discussed putting it together. I can never say sometimes there's really clear answers. The way we kind of made that whole part of the game work, walked through a lot of different scenarios. I'll say that. But ROKKR had a place one way or the other, whether it was likely the 7th, 8th, or 9th inning, he was going to find a run where we were going to ask him to go pitch. And we knew that there was a chance that they'd be pinch hitting for at least one of those spots, and they pinch hit for two of those spots. So he had to go out there and make pitches against some good right-handed hitters, which is a task because they have a good lineup. But he was more than good enough to finish that game off.
And with Chris Paddock, last time out, the emotions were kind of a factor. How did you see him settling in here today to keep you guys in a position to win this one?
Yeah, I think he had a good, solid start. I think you're facing one of the better lineups you're going to see. And he did settle in. He made good pitches with all of his stuff today. His slider, I think, showed more today than some of the other starts that we've seen. And he went to it, and I think that was good. He threw a few good changeups. He threw a few good pitches of all types today. Mixed his pitches well. Executed pretty good. I still think there's I think there's more in there because I know he's capable of putting the ball right where he wants it. And I think he's getting there and settling in. But I think there's an even higher ceiling than what we've seen so far from Chris. But it was a nice start.
How about Byron ending that skid with runners in scoring position? Does that kind of let everybody exhale a little bit when you get a clutch hit like that?
Yeah, it does, especially being in an important spot, and we need to score some runs somehow, and we've hit a few home runs now. But being able to string together some good at bats and someone coming through is good, and you can call it a relief if you want, but it's just a moment that settles the group down in a lot of ways.
Rocco, just the bullpen overall, with obviously a lot of guys out right now, just in their performance today. What sort of stood out to you how they've kind of held it together, but you keep it.
Yeah, you never know how a season is going to go, and we have guys that they don't have particular roles or innings. Give me some big baseball card fan here. Let me see, who do you got? Okay. I'm going to put you down so you can play, okay? And those guys have done a really nice job of simply just being ready to do whatever they're asked to do. And some of these outings have been, kind of one and then the other, and they're all in different spots. They're all in different innings. But they've pitched with confidence. They haven't pitched, tentatively in any way. They've attacked well in the zone, and our bullpen's gotten outs. I mean, no two ways about it. So I've been very pleased with the way they've handled the situations as much as the pitches that they've made.
How confident are you now when you start to see Carlos wind up a relay throw in basically any situation?
Yeah, you anticipate Carlos making the play, and most of those plays are not made in our game. They're difficult plays. They're on different parts of the field. And he catches the ball. He gets rid of it quick. He's got a strong throwing arm, as you're going to find. And you need big plays like that. You need to come through in those spots. With Ohtani running, I mean, he's like a horse running around the field, and he's flying, he's moving, and he speeds the play up with his legs. And we had to make a big play, and him and AK and then Carlos with the big throw, and Vasquez getting his glove where it needs to be. I mean, it defines the game, and Carlos does that a lot on relay throws. I mean, it's a part of the game that isn't talked about very much, but he does a lot of those finer points exceptionally well, and they lead to the team winning. Thank you, guys.
Multi-homer game at this
Feels
level.
good. I've been kind of needed that game, right, at the start of the season I had, but it feels good to be back on the right track and get the win for the guys. It was good too.
What goes into breaking a slump like that for you?
For me, it was just to keep going, keep hitting, and keep being positive, because I knew at one point it was just going to crack open. I just don't believe that it was going to last for a while for me. I was feeling good lately. I was having a couple hard hit balls that were just getting catch. And I felt good today, so I'm happy.
Do you guys feel any more pressure on you since Royce has went down to kind of provide more?
Not really. I mean, it's a team game, right? I don't feel like anybody's putting extra pressure on himself because one of our best hitters down, but it for sure hurts us. But I think it's the next man up, right? Austin's been coming up, and he's been pretty good for us lately. So I think overall, if everybody does a little bit better, we're going to be fine.
Did it feel good to get home against the lefty today?
It did. I don't get these at-bats too often, and every time I get in there, I got to prove that I can hit against lefties, and it felt good to just go up against a lefty. And my first, I think, home run career into lefty, so it felt good.
Rocco said you thought a lot about lefties during spring training. What did you do personally to kind of prepare for this moment?
Well, I worked hard this offseason just to get adjusted to that angle from behind me, and I faced them in spring training. You put me every time there's a lefty pitching, I was in there. So I think for me it's just rep, just seeing them and facing them as much as I can, and I feel pretty good so far against lefties, and I think it shows.
How about Byron ending the skid with runners in scoring position? That just kind of let everybody excel a bit and just kind of relax.
Say that again?
Byron ending the skid with runners in scoring position. That just kind of let everybody exhale a little bit.
I mean, yeah. I think our goal is to get on base and to get as much people on base, and that's how we're going to create runs, right? If you get guys on base, and Byron came through with a big hit there, so he's been great. It's fun to watch him play center too. So
you feel like you have a cool opportunity to give your team some energy out of the leadoff spot?
yeah, every time you start a game, you try to start it the right way, right? For me, especially today, I wanted to be aggressive on the first pitch because I haven't had a lot of fastball in zone, and for me, just to get that first pitch swing, it kind of set me off to a good start. So I'm glad we got the win today.
Pretty awesome. Be able to save the game right there from tying it up, and then just being able to make a play like that is special. It shows the type of player he is and the hard work that he puts in to be the best shortstop he can.
Who's the better arm? You or him?
He got a hose. Like, simply, I try to get it to him as quick as possible. That's my job.
Your RBI single was the first hit with runners in scoring position since last Wednesday. Were you guys kind of aware of that as it's going on?
Not one bit. It's part of the game. Like I said earlier, a lot of people see the things that happens, but how many lineouts have we had over the past week? How many things just didn't go our way? So just got to keep chipping away and stay resilient. You know, that's one good part about this team is our chemistry, our bond to pick each other up and stay resilient is a big piece of what carries us.
Is it easy to do that, even though as results pile up, or is it harder?
No, it's not. It takes each other mentally to make sure that you don't go down those dark roads and, you know, get yourself in deeper trenches. So we make sure that no matter how you feel or how the outcome was, make sure that before you leave here, you know, you're in that positive state. So when you come back, it's trying to make yourself better.
How much of a boost is it? I know Julien had 2 homers, but just when he's productive and hitting like himself, how much does that do for the lineup?
It's massive. Obviously, he'll tell you he would want to be hitting more, but for him to come out today and put up those 2 big bombs and pretty much carry the team. You know, he was a big part of us winning today, and that's something that he can do all the time.